So we are just a few short days of actually going into the 350 million download celebration, including the Dokkan Now special. And yes, I am uploading the LR Turtle showcase by the time I'm recording this, but let's just talk about what's going to happen. So, what I'm talking about. So, throughout the years of these August to October joint celebrations, we've seen a lot happen. We've seen different kinds of mechanics introduced, and we've seen them improve those mechanics throughout their lifespan until today. So let's go talk about them very quickly. Now, if you guys haven't noticed also, we haven't gotten leaks for new mechanics, which is pretty strange. Usually, like at least a month or two prior to the worldwide campaign slash download celebrations, we would see like new mechanics pop up. Like I think a couple years ago, we've gotten leaks for the no, that was last year actually. Last year we got leaks for the unit super attack mechanic, which I'll talk about later on down the line. But that's one of the leaks that was revealed prior to the worldwide campaign last year. So let's go talk about this. The new mechanics introduced. 200 million download celebration introduced the category system for JP. Yeah, for JP, they got the brand new category system, which was very useful indeed, especially now that we're seeing units having this. Um, the category system has definitely improved a lot, especially with the units that we have out today. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Tech Gohan, or Tech Ultimate Gohan, is what I should be saying. SDR Cooler, SDR Videl, all those units. They've made, even though some of the categories that they've introduced are kind of wonky, the units themselves are very good, and some of them are actually pretty good leads as well. Even though we need to replace the old ones for new ones, it definitely does show that Dokkan has definitely improved the category system, especially with this. Now, global players, I was sorry for myself when I pulled on these banners because I was not when I saw these two having their leader skills to be called to be released. I was laughing my ass off. I was laughing my ass off on this crap. I was like, to be released on their leader skills. Like, okay, maybe their leader skills will come out when they release. When they release on the 3rd of August, I was shocked that they kept the to be released leader skills. Like, that's the reason why they kept it. Well, the reason why they kept it is because one, they're not done with the Neo. They weren't done with the Neo God leads yet, so they had to spam that as fast as they can. And then I believe was it November of 2017 is when they introduced the leader skill mechanics, which made these guys somewhat relevant again on global. But they were still pretty good on JP no matter what. We've seen what they've done for JP. They've improved it a bit, and they're still improving it today. But it's really enjoyable. Next up, the 250 million download celebration and introduced transformations. But in this case, for the 250 million download celebration, they've introduced consistent transformation mechanics that are easier to get, rather than having a conditional transformation. Where, let's say, for example, I don't know, one of my previous showcases, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, who, by the way, is very good when you link him up with the LR one, except the fact that he has a 30% chance to transform instead of like a guaranteed chance. So I guess what they've done for this celebration was they made it easier for units to transform, which let's be honest, they have really cool arts. It's just the fact that nowadays they kind of suck, and we need them to get some sort of ECA, or else it's not worth it. But there's still decent units, decent units for decent leads, I suppose. But still, I'd say it is not too. They aren't too bad. They're still improving it. They've improved the transformation mechanics like a lot, I believe. So definitely helps out the community and the game itself. Next up, the 300 million download celebration of death. Yeah, when these units came out, I was crying on my knees. Well, first of all, the active skill mechanic was introduced in the 4th year anniversary for JP slash global. So we got the taste of how the active skills work, what they should improve in their active skills, and so forth. This kinda, when they introduced them, kinda downgraded. For one, Cell's transformation mechanic was horrific. 30% HP or less to transform. And then Gohan's, oh, let's not talk about him. Okay, let's talk about him. You need Android 16 with 59% or less HP to transform, guaranteed. And guess what type Android 16 was when they released him in this banner? Int. What was this guy? AGL. They don't mix. If Android 16 was AGL, then this guy would have had the most broken, well, somewhat not broken, active skill in the game. But that didn't happen. But all he did for this celebration was improve the animations for the active skills and just improve. No, actually, just improve the animations for the active skills. That's it. Super attacks, transformation, all that stuff. So that's what the 300 million download celebration brought. But the units are pretty good by themselves, even if they don't transform. They're still pretty good. And then finally, we've come to this one. Now, this celebration introduced a brand new mechanic when it actually was unveiled. Like I said, a couple months prior to this celebration, we've gotten some leaks on the new unit super attack mechanic. So if you guys don't know how the unit super attack mechanic works, and I think I will pull up an example right now. Let me see. This one, okay. Let me see if I can pull up the unit right now so that you guys know what I'm talking about. So, for the unit super attack to work, the only way you have to do it is through one. You must satisfy a certain condition, whether you need to have a unit on a team or on rotation for it to actually work. Two, obviously, you must get up to, I don't know, a certain key threshold. For TORs, it's 12 key. For LRs, I believe it's 18 key, depending on the unit itself. But let me see if I can pull this up right now. So Goku, then he transforms into Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I'm going to be using this guy as an example because when he transforms, or actually, he becomes Super Saiyan 3, so where is he? This guy. This guy was actually a free-to-play version of the unit super attack. So basically how it works was basically he starts at Super Saiyan 3, and then the only way he's going to de-transform is if he reaches 80% or less, which is right here. Then he gets the ability to have a unit super attack, which he must fulfill when you have a certain unit on a team or certain category unit. That's what one of the newer unit super attack units we have, and I believe it's, I don't know, was it Goten and Trunks? The only difference is this guy required a category with a unit, while as Goten and Trunks only had a specific units in order to get their super attack. I believe it's like Goten and Trunks needed a Kid Trunks or Kid Goten on rotation for them to get their full-on unit super, whereas their other part of their passive is, or condition is, if they have a Krillin on the team, they can still do the unit super attack. So it's either one, but it still works. But it's basically kind of like you need to fulfill this in order to get more stuff out of them than just a regular super. That's the point of the unit super attack. They'll give you more stuff if you fulfill the conditions. Which isn't technically hard, it just depends on how you build your team. But he still works. It still works no matter what. I feel like when they're going to release a new mechanic for the 350 million download celebration, which I don't think they will, of course I will be glad if they surprise us with something. But I think there's going to be some sort of new mechanic that will allow them to counter. Oh wait, now you think about it, JP did introduce a new mechanic called the super. They did introduce a new mechanic where units can dodge specific kinds of super attacks. I feel like they're going to be doing that for the 350 million download celebration units. let's say for example, Goku can nullify other super attacks, whereas Frieza can do the same thing. We don't know what they're going to do, but I think that's what they're going to put in those units. But that's just my assumption actually. So maybe these new LRs could actually like nullify specific super attacks. And this is going to introduce it for global as well, because that's actually a pretty cool mechanic. But just depends on how they build them. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know. What do you guys think the new mechanic should come over to the $350 million download celebration, or do you guys think super technical applications are going to add super technical applications for these new LRs for the 350 million download celebration? And as always, guys, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe, because we're literally almost at 1,300 subs. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.